Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Love Hour podcast. I am your host, MrsKevOnStage, and I am joined by my husband and co-host,
the Kev on Stage.
And listen, you guys know that we are rounding out the Love Hour, but that does not mean we do not have some phenomenal guests that make their way and appear on our podcast episode, and today is no different. Today we have none other than the stars of Love and Marriage Huntsville. That comes on Oprah Winfrey Network. I said Oprah's name wrong. No disrespect, because you know. First of all, Oprah's a legend, an icon, living, okay? And that is none other than Maurice and Kimmi Scott.
Yay! Thank you guys for having us.
Super excited. Our Patreon is here live, and they are saying, "Child, we stan Kimmi, first of all, they love you. That's what they're telling us in these comments. They said hello to you on today. I'm so excited. First of all, I feel churchy, don't I?
Mm-hmm. On today, we are just so blessed to be in communion with brother and sister Scott. God is yet able. Amen. All from the technology, we're able to converse with our brother and sister in Christ.
Correct.
Amen.
Correct. Come on.
We missed you while we were in LA.
I know.
We tried to link that up. They have us all over the place.
I bet.
Yes, child. So listen, Kimmi and Maurice, we do this segment called This Week in the Fredericks, and it's just an opportunity to look over the week and tell like anything that's happened this week that's funny, something that happened with your kids, whatever the case may be. I'll allow you guys some time to think about it. But for us, my dad and his wife are coming into town, who we haven't seen obviously through quarantine.
We ain't seen them.
First trip in LA together.
We ain't seen your dad since 2019.
Yes. And so I'm I'm excited. I'm a little nervous because anytime the parentals come in, like I was cleaning up this morning and we just got a puppy.
The dog is too dirty for my dad's arrival.
Legitimately.
The groomer can't see him. My dad can't see a dirty dog.
No, legit.
Monty peed a little bit.
Legitimately, I have been stressed because Monty needs to be groomed, and he can't, I guess you can't groom dogs more than like once every 4 to 6 weeks. So he's like right at that mark. And so I was trying to be like a little bit ahead of the curve and be like, can we do it on like last week so I know he's good, or like yesterday? And all the groomers were like, no, we're booked and busy till Thursday.
Your parents gonna be here. I mean, your dad gonna be here for a week. Just let him get groomed on Thursday. He's a dog. He don't represent us as a family.
I just feel. Do you feel the pressure?
He gonna go in. Soon as we get him groomed, he immediately goes and rolls around in the grass and pees and gets in the mud. He eats rocks.
That's what she does. She just got us a puppy, right? It was a surprise puppy. I found out at a football game.
It was his birthday puppy.
Oh.
Yeah. And I didn't want a puppy.
So really it's Kimmy's present.
So I get it, because I do. I bathe him and then he just runs straight outside.
And this gets dirty. And I didn't know you couldn't bathe dogs more than once a month. It was bad for their skin.
I didn't know that.
Well, I found that out from a previous dog. I kind of don't care sometimes, though, because I just don't want my house to smell like dog.
Thank you.
That's Black folks 101.
Literally, we've had this dog 4 weeks, and I've probably bathed him 4 times.
Oh, wait, when did you guys get him?
I did hear that about from my previous dog, though, because she'd be scratching. And I took her to the vet for she had allergies or something, and they were like, no, ma'am, you're bathing her way too much. So I did hear that it hasn't really sunk in yet, though. Maybe that's why she's scratching so much.
The skin is itchy.
The skin is itchy. No, I have heard that, but I do agree. You know, we be like, listen, if I'm gonna get a puppy, I can't have my house smelling like dog.
He be licking everything. He be licking your arm. I'll be like, let me tell you what's weird. Forgetting you have a dog, because we have not had a dog.
We've had him when did you guys get your puppy?
For your birthday. It was for his birthday.
Yeah, a month ago.
It's literally been about 4 weeks even.
That's about us. We got him on September 14th. So we're like,
Day.
Wow.
Yeah,
and forgetting
so
you have
around
a
the same
dog who
time.
moves around. He don't have a leash on all the time at home. He's naked. And he walks super soft. So you be downstairs with your shoes off and you just feel a dog licking your toes. I'd be like, get out of here. I forgot I had a dog. Don't get out of my toes.
Maurice uses coconut oil like when he bathes, and Zeus likes the coconut oil. So he'll finish bathing and lotion up, and Zeus will be licking his legs. Like he will follow him through the kitchen. He'll go through wherever he is. He just sits there and just.
Let me get them legs, Maurice. You know how I feel about that coconut oil, man. Let me get them licks.
Exactly.
What type of puppy did you guys get?
What kind of puppy? We got a oh, hold on. Yeah.
We have a bully. We have a bully. American Bulldog Pit Bull.
Oh,
I
I
love those.
it.
Love, big fan.
So cute. All right, for you guys, anything happening in your world this week that you want to share?
You know what? I would like to share, because people don't really know a lot about Kimmi's backstory, right? But Kimmi is almost like some type of superhero and is supersonic hearing, right? This week I got up, me and Monster, we got up and we're starting to work out at 5 a.m, right? So I creep out at 5 and it sounds like she's snoring, right? But I can tell you, if I blink, Kimmi can wake up just off of that alone. If I turn my head, she'll wake up. And I'm saying, how are you snoring and waking up at the same time? You should at least hear yourself snoring, right?
Correct.
You would think.
Because I'm not, he says that often, and I don't know what he hears as far as snoring, but I hear everything that he does. I'm the one who told him. I said, "Oh, you and Monster were outside." He said, "You heard that?" No, I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, I was up.
Once his clock goes off, I'm up.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm up, and I lay there because, like, if you move around too much, he'll think you're interested in activity.
Hey.
So
Hey,
you
what
gotta
you
lay
doing?
there like
Good
I'm
morning.
still asleep.
Good morning. Hello. Good morning. What you saying?
You can't move around, so I still lay there like I'm asleep. But once his clock goes off, I can't go back to sleep.
That's hilarious.
All fake.
I love it. I'm actually not a light sleeper at all. Like, I will sleep through most things. Kevin is a fairly light sleeper.
No, I ain't.
But he also snores as well.
I do not. I'm
So
praying.
you understand what I'm saying?
And
Yeah.
Maurice is the snorer, so I don't even know how he can hear a snore over his snore.
Melissa snores in our relationship. Oh, now you don't snore. You gonna get on these people's internet from the Huntsvilles and act like you don't snore.
No, it only happens when she's sick. Like
Exactly. Thank you, because I can't
You
breathe.
see this?
I get it. I get it.
I be going on whole flights and she don't be awake.
No, obviously. I read a meme the other day that said people that sleep on flights or airplanes don't value their life. And I started, because they
I
had a
heard
guy,
that
he
too.
was just.
Well,
And that's Maurice. I told Maurice
don't
he
value
sleeps
my life.
so
Me either.
hard. I said, listen, like if somebody broke in our house, they would like get us. He said, no, they wouldn't. They wouldn't get us. I said, babe, they would get me clearly. I said, clearly, before you woke up. Like,
I'd never know we were
now,
gotten.
why he did me, you might wake up, but he's gonna get me before you actually.
I didn't know
open
we
your
were
eyes.
gotten. It's
That's
hilarious.
hilarious. I didn't even know.
Hey,
Well, how we get here?
What we doing here?
Oh, hilarious. Okay, so listen, for those of my listeners, because obviously this is going to go up on Thursday, that may not be familiar with the two of you or the show, can you tell us a little bit about like what you guys do, who you guys are, and then we can talk about, working together with your spouse, because that's something y'all do, child. It's something we do. And child, it come with all the situations.
Oh man.
So go ahead. Yes. Introduce yourselves. Tell us who you guys are and a little bit about what you guys do together.
Okay.
So I am Kimmi from Love Marriage Huntsville. I am Mrs. Scott. And we just recently been married. We just celebrated our 3rd year anniversary.
Nice.
And by trade, I'm a nurse, registered nurse. And for 20 years, I worked in home health executive directing for a home health care nonprofit agency in town. Secondary to that, I also am a real estate agent, and I've had my license maybe 10 years now. Okay. Shortly after I met Maurice, as a matter of fact, because I wanted to get into the arena, him and his brother, they were doing a lot of investment properties. And I've always wanted to do real estate, but kind of talked myself out of it for one reason or another. And then after I met them, I just thought it was just like the perfect marriage of me being able to find property and help them, attain more investment properties in that regard. As time has progressed, some of those seasons have changed, and I'm trying to put my real estate on the forefront as opposed to the nursing at the moment. And Maurice, as everybody knows, graduated valedictorian of his class for law school and opened up a law practice. So he has a couple of different businesses that I kind of try to stay in the background. So even when you say we work together, I try really hard not to work with him. I do. I try really hard, and for some reason, I just keep getting pulled back in. So I do a lot of his administrative stuff and try to help keep him on track as far as that goes, because they're kind of still working out their partnership. Because he has a partner that works with him, and so I try to keep the house in order. So it's a team effort over here, and I really kind of pitch in wherever he needs me at the moment, because I'm not interested in hiring a new person just yet. I feel like I should be overwhelmed before we look into hiring another person. So I'm kind of like the catch-all. I'm the housekeeper, I'm the assistant.
Wow. Say that one more time, Kimmi.
Hold on, time out. Before we get to the women's shade, let's take a break and hear from the Love Hour sponsors.
Oh, that's just a perfect time.
We are taking a break from the episode to tell you that as we're going into the holiday season, men, what you deserve is a good hard time. Women, what you deserve is a good hard time.
Penis.
Fall is here, but there's some things that shouldn't fall. Amen.
Something should rise. And now rise up. Rise like the day. I'll rise up and land in Coochie. I'll rise.
She did not ask you for that.
Yeah, this is a remix.
Got it. If you're unfamiliar at this point, this episode has been sponsored by Blue Chew. Blue Chew is here to save the day. They are a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in a chewable tablet, and you can get it at a fraction of the cost, and it will be delivered to your home in discreet packaging, so you don't have to be embarrassed that your kids will open it and see what's on the on the outside of the packing slip label, and now you got to be like, first of all, mind your business. You don't got to worry about that because they give you it and it be discreet. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door. And y'all know what it is as you are going into, like I said, the holiday season, especially if you are going to see your friends or your family for Thanksgiving or Christmas. Child, even if it's before then, if you and your partner's trying to have a real good time, make sure that you pack the Blue Chew in your suitcase. So if you could benefit from extra confidence when it's time to perform, Blue Chew can help. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try it. Blue Chew free when you use our promo code LOVE at checkout. Just pay $5 for shipping. That's bluechew.com. Promo code LOVE to receive your first month free. Bluechew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. All right, and we are back. Now, one of the things that Kimmi just said that clearly I relate to is that we're going to pick up the slack where necessary before you hire an outside person. Number one, it teaches you the ins and the outs of the business.
Correct. Correct.
I feel like I
Correct.
should know that you can't hire someone in. This is the problem, okay? This is the whole point of the lesson today. When you're working with your spouse, they be like, the thing is, you still look at me as your wife. That's the problem. He's looking at you. He's like, I don't want you to be overwhelmed. I don't want you to do the things. I don't want you to do that. And you're like, I got it. First of all, I got it.
Okay, Maurice, I'm going to cover up half the screen. I'm going to talk to you directly.
Okay, yeah. Listen,
Here's
I was waiting for you to chime in.
I'm trying to let her get her full words out. Here's the thing that she don't never say. Stressed out beyond belief, staying up late, got to catch up on emails. I can't go to sleep right now. I don't know what I'm going to talk about for the love hour. I got to stay up until 3 a.m. and watch scenes from a marriage. I'm so exhausted. I ain't going to give you no butt because I'm tired. Hire the people. That's what it boils down to, Maurice. You're infringing. I'm only home for 3 days a week.
That's the offering plate.
No, let him talk, Kimmy. Let him talk. He ain't had a chance to say nothing.
So if you don't let her help, then you feel like you'll get more butt
I just feel like I need to.
because she won't be tired. Is that what you feel?
Yes, Kimmy. Yes. You are exhausted. I'm only home 3 days. Two of those 3 days, I got to take my son to soccer practice. Tuesday night is all I got. Tuesday night is all I got. For sure. You can't be tired on Tuesday. It got to hold me over.
Right.
Listen, all I'm saying is we work hard, right? But in order to scale a business, a lot of times that means you got to invest in help.
We don't need these buzzwords talking about scale.
I've been watching Shark Tank more than usual. As a protector, I just don't want to see you work that hard. Now, I'll work hard. Let me do all that. But then, that presents its own set of problems. But listen, you ain't got to do everything. And you trying to be a mother. You trying to be a business owner. You trying to do science project. The Queen of England had them kids and was like, bet, now you go raise them and take them to boarding school.
But this is my thing. This is what I believe firmly. And granted, I'm going to tell you, I'm at that point in my life where I don't want to be overwhelmed either. Like, I want to go on vacation and I want people to make money. So don't misunderstand me in my plight to help him. I don't like to spend coins poorly. If I hire someone, I want you to be working. And the moment I feel like you're getting some dollars and you're not busy, I have a problem with that.
Okay, Kimmy, let me ask you one thing.
Let her talk.
No, I want to interrupt her because she's hurting my point.
I don't think it's an 8-hour gig. And I don't want to be frustrated writing a check to somebody who's not giving me 8 hours.
Now that much I do know.
He does that. He's a little more lenient in that category, and I'm not.
That's fair. What I'd like to do is keep piling on the work. I want you as free as possible to be there to do everything. Now, let me clarify everything. I've let a lot of people talk. There's been a lot of lies that's been said around this table.
It's part of the beautiful.
No, this is the God's honest truth. Kimmy doesn't like to be overwhelmed until she gets overwhelmed. Like, she'll say, "Hey, I want to help and assist," and then she might have to untangle a weave in a web, and then you know what happens then? I can't just believe that you out here doing all of this. Well, why isn't this here? And why isn't that there? And that kind of carries on sometimes past, working hours. And then it interrupts in our 1 day a week. Ain't that right, Kev?
Maurice, and there's more to it than that. I genuinely care about you. But let me tell you what, okay, we have a housekeeper. She come once a week, help us with some stuff. Let me tell you what the housekeeper's job is, Maurice. Okay. Clean your house, right? She's paid handsomely to clean your house, do the dishes, do the laundry, put it away. Okay.
Hold on, Kimmy. Right now.
No.
I can feel like it's time for a commercial.
No, we got plenty of time. Why would you hire the housekeeper, but then stress yourself out waking up early before she comes? Oh no, Maurice, is that you?
Oh my God!
Oh, you agreeing with me? Why are you pre-working the work? This is why Melissa, not only would she do this, Melissa will wash the dishes and then put them in the dishwasher.
Bro, this is literally
I can't even lie. I stress the whole house out. I get everybody up. Everybody, every child, every human being. And I'm like,
the new puppy got to get up and clean.
What this lady won't do is come into our house and take me nasty.
Oh my!
So,
that is what her job is. She knows it. That's why why would I pay you and then do your job for you?
No, ma'am, Daddy.
Listen to what she just said. I don't want to hire someone else, right, to do their job, and it might. What do you say? What do you say? You want to make sure that there's enough work to go around, before you want to hire someone else. Can't we just add enough work at home for the housekeeper to clean?
I stand with Kimmi.
Every now and then I repost stuff. And this reminds me that I'm going to repost. I posted maybe last year before. I said, if you don't clean your house before your housekeeper comes, you don't deserve a housekeeper.
Amen.
I was like, you don't deserve a housekeeper. What are we doing? Who treats her housekeeper?
Do y'all clean y'all? Melissa cleans the hotel room before the housekeeping comes at the hotel.
I don't clean it, but I make the bed and stuff.
Why are you making the bed?
I'm gonna have to cut this interview short soon because in a second she's gonna be over there at your house.
We could have made this happen in LA. This could have been a whole evening dinner over drinks kind of thing.
Man,
yeah.
I'm like, they don't even know you. They may not even see you. How you gonna know? They don't know you personally.
I am just saying that
we're on our way to go film the reunion, and she's neatly stacking stuff. I'm like, it'll be okay. It'll be there when we get back. The housekeeper's coming. It's 6 a.m.
I do feel a sense of relief knowing that my wife is not the only person.
I'm not.
And I'd be like, girl, let that woman work.
No.
Because you are by default giving her a discount by the pre-work.
He doesn't bother me anymore. It's usually the kids.
Oh, I've given up.
They can't comprehend the foolishness.
Let me tell you, Melissa.
He doesn't even talk about it anymore.
Yeah, I don't want them problems. I got one day a week.
Let me tell you what's hard for Black people who grew up in poverty. We cannot shake the way we grew up and the way our kids grow up. When you have a housekeeper and you didn't grow up with that, we were the housekeepers.
Absolutely.
I mean, every chore, I'd be frustrated. I don't even want to have to remind you to take the trash. You've been taking the trash down on Monday for your whole life. Why do I had to take the trash down today. Melissa ran into the middle of the street. I wasn't even leaving. I was just backing my truck up to pull the trash. Kev, take the trash down. I literally am like, we don't ask y'all kids for much. Why don't you remember to take the trash down? It's Monday night. You don't see the other neighbors' trashes? There's trash out everywhere.
Trashes.
And here again, he don't fight the fight. He just takes the trash. I say the same thing. I'm like, I'm confused how it goes out every Tuesday for Wednesday morning since we moved here 7 years ago. Like, it has never changed. So I don't really get why trash.
I get it. Sometimes you may miss it. But what you don't miss is that trash can sitting out at the road when you come home. Now, when I get there and it's way later, why is it still out there? Now that right there, it leaves me dumbfounded every single time. Like y'all just didn't see that trash.
Let me tell you what else pissed me off since we all pissed off today.
He's more worried about the trash can coming back to the house as opposed to the trash can to the curb.
I'm saying one is inexcusable. You saw that big old green trash can.
Let me tell you what I hate about my kids.
In the morning.
And we don't have to stay on this, but this bothers
hilarious.
me. When we have most people got the trash can in the house that has the cover now. Most people. If you are putting trash in the trash and it don't close,
yes.
Why are you walking away from the trash can? My kids will put stuff, and walk away. I'll be sitting right in the kitchen like, you didn't see that's full? Me and Melissa got one thing we said to the kid, don't y'all live here?
For real.
Don't y'all live here? Don't you want to live in a nice, clean place?
Right. That's what I say. That's like my sentence. I'm like, you want to live in dirt? I say, how old's your baby?
Huh?
How old are you, baby?
15 and 13.
13.
Well, there you go.
By the time I was your age, I worked in a steel mill after school. Okay, I had a farm. I literally had a job by the time Isaiah, by his next year, I literally had to go to work after school. We don't even ask. Me and Melissa, we don't ask y'all for much. Keep your grades up, keep your room clean, take the trash out and down.
Bro.
That's pretty much it.
You said it. We say the same verbatim.
Verbatim.
Man, we had to do we had to cut the grass. We had to keep the whole house clean. We had to watch ourselves,
wash
cook
clothes.
dinner. My kids.
Hey, wouldn't you feel a little bit better if they at least pushed the trash down?
Just push it down so I don't gotta see it.
Just push it down. Act like you're just trying to fill it all the way up first.
At least fake like you care.
Please fake.
Oh my God! Thank y'all for that little moment of reprieve.
Yes,
you know
that was beautiful. We shared.
Good grief! We might as well just take a quick break right now.
Don't do it, kid.
That's the break, Kimmy. That's the time for the break.
Okay, we are taking a break from this episode with Maurice and Kimmi that is going really, really well. And as we're talking about a lot of the things and the revelations that Kevin and I have had in our relationship, please know that it is through the process of therapy. We have started it, and it has literally been transformative in our relationship. I literally was talking about it like last night. We're obviously talking about some of those revelations on this podcast today. It literally has been the best thing we could have done in our relationship. BetterHelp is something interfering with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals. Also, even if you're in your relationship, I think that showing up and dealing with some of your own personal traumas allows you to show up a lot better in your relationship and thus in the world. There is a broad range of expertise available, which may not be available to you locally. The service is available for clients worldwide, and you can start communicating in under 48 hours. This is not a crisis line. This is an opportunity to get help through a licensed professional therapist. Visit their website and read their testimonials that are posted daily. Visit betterhelp.com/lovehour.
Love hour.
That's BetterHelp, HELP, and join the over 2 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. So many people have been using BetterHelp. They're recruiting additional therapists in all 50 states. Special offer to our Love Hour listeners. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/lovehour. Going to therapy is a very vulnerable experience, but it's also a very grown-up thing to do. And another thing that is very grown-up is getting luxury linen. Have you ever gone to a hotel and been like, oh my God, this towel is so soft. Like, I've never felt a towel as soft. And then you go home and you realize how itchy and scratchy your linen is, or your towels are at your house. That has definitely been something that I've experienced, and it's the worst. And so going through updating all of your decor, changing out your linen, changing out your towels, getting things that are soft and plush and lush will make you feel like you got your life together, honestly. I mean, clearly your credit score is together. Your kids get good grades. You have a puppy. You probably have an apple pie in your window cooling next to your white picket fence because you have your stuff together. You know how I know that? Because you have really comfortable, soft, plush linen.
People respect you in your community.
Absolutely. Brooklinen has something for every comfort need. Ideal for seasonal refresh because they're launching new products, colors, and patterns all of the time. I'm talking buttery soft and breathable sheets, plush and absorbent towels. And that's my biggest thing. Listen, if I just got out the shower, did my whole skincare routine, put my little body wash on, smelling good, feeling good, and then put an itchy towel on to dry off. That don't even match. That's not even the same. Like having a nice towel, that's the way to go. Okay. The Brooklinen is so confident in their core products that they come with a 365-day warranty, and fans are confident too. They've received over 75,000 5-star reviews and counting, and their service, let's not even talk about it because it is A1. Clearly they get 8 hours every night because they're a dream to work with if you ever have an issue. So give yourself the comfort refresh you deserve and get it at Brooklinen. Go to brooklinen.com and use promo code LOVEHOUR to get $20 off with a minimum purchase of $100. That's Brooklinen, BROOKLINEN.com. Promo code LOVEHOUR for $20 off with a minimum purchase of $100. One more time, go to brooklinen.com, promo code Love Hour.
And we're back. Thank you for keeping up with the Love Hour and our sponsors. That's how you support the show and allow it to be for free. Remember that when you use those sponsors, that allows us to have guests and allows us to continue doing this. What's up next, Liz?
All right. So one of the analogies that Kevin and I use, we got from, who gave this to us?
What's the analogy?
The kite and string.
Ooh, it
was someone, our Patreon's going to know. But anyway, someone in our Patreon.
It was on the Love Hour.
Yeah.
Was it Morgan? Or Emily Nakowski?
No. It was a guy from our Patreon audience.
Oh, what? Well, I said 2 white women, so obviously I don't know. It was Dre.
Anyway, we use this analogy about the kite and the string, and it is a way to describe the personalities and the dynamic in your relationship. So in our relationship, our dynamic. Tab and Chance, right? But someone in the comments.
It was during the episode.
During their episode, right?
Got it.
So our dynamic is that Kevin is the kite. He's the dreamer, and he has very, very big dreams. I am often the string. And so as the string, I'm often trying to ground those dreams in some sort of like reality. Because in Kevin's world, as the kite, if he is going to do, what's an example? He is going to sell a show. He's pitching shows. It is going to sell the very first time.
Yes.
He is
for
going
$1 million an episode.
Correct.
$1.5 million.
Why would it not?
Clear.
1.5 per episode.
Why would it not?
Why would it not?
And if you pass on me, I will destroy you.
Yes.
You're going to regret it.
But why would you destroy a relationship? You can pitch again. No again. We're vengeance. You've been added to my list of names that named Arya Stark.
But you only go to the vengeance after you fully submerge yourself in the world of like, this absolutely will work. There's no way that it could not work.
Impossible.
I'm not quite sure. It's impossible. So that's our dynamic. Can you tell me who in your relationship is the kite and who is the string?
I want you to guess. Just guess, based on what you've talked about so far, the housekeeping and the working at the office. You tell me, what do you think?
Kimmi is definitely the string.
When you say Kimmy's the string, I was thinking more like it's missing something. I thought it was like a kite, a string, and an anchor.
Listen, but this is
the steak.
This is the God's honest truth. I feel every moment of what you all just said, because that is us. Maurice does have the dreams. He wakes up every day with a different idea. And quite frankly, I love that part about him.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do. However, thinking it all the way through to make sure that, we try to avoid some of the pitfalls, we don't always land on the same page. And because I'm the string, sometimes he takes that as not supportive. And I'm like, it's not that I'm not supportive. I'm just trying to help you look at some of the realities of how this thing may veer to the left. You know what I'm
Tambourine. Take us to church.
I think it's unfortunate.
I'm sorry, Kimmi, there's time for a break. We got to take a break real quick.
No, keep going. Preach.
We just took a break.
No, we got a new ad. They just emailed me. They just called me. Right.
No, but I'm saying, and I feel poorly, and I tell him that sometimes I feel like, maybe I won't render my opinion because I don't want to come off as not supportive. I absolutely don't want to come off that way, But I do want you to think of some of the realities. Like everything doesn't pop off the first time. Everything's not $1 million deal. Every time I'm a type A, so I'm a planner. I'm a big planner, and he's not. And so I kind of look down the road like this might happen, that might happen, and he's like, oh, I think I want to sell cars. Okay. So. I think I want to rent them. Okay, who you gonna rent them to? Like, who we gonna rent them to? You know what I'm saying? So I.
These all sound like great ideas to me. I don't see what the problem is.
Exactly.
There's zero problem with it. $1 million.
In the lifetime that we
1.5.
I don't think a fiscal year goes by without him having at least 4 ideas. No, and I'm being dead serious. I don't think a year has gone by that he hasn't come up with a new concept of let's try this or let's do that. And that works for us. But I do feel you because I don't ever want to be appeared as non-supportive. But I'm the string and I get drug along mostly.
Let me tell you about how strong this Kite is.
Correct.
This is the thing. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Man after my own heart.
I've literally had to create my own way of living. I didn't have the net or the safety net of a 2-week paycheck that I could bank on. I ate what I killed. So me and my brother, we started a swimming pool construction business after he laughed at me, similar to my string, laughed at me on the ground saying that you can't build swimming pools at 18. And then the next year, I bring him aboard and he's working with me, and then we build our business, right? From there, I started a credit repair business because I had bad credit. And I felt like if I could solve my own problem, then I could solve other people's problem as well. I still have that till to this day. Investing in real estate. We invested money that we didn't even know that we had in real estate. We bumped our heads too. But we also made a lot of money in it as well. All of that comes from the innate, intestinal fortitude to say that, you know what, I can.
Right.
Just believing in that I can. If somebody else did it, then I can do it too. Now, my string makes sure that, we don't fly away with every single idea that we have. However, that Kite real strong. And that's why she kind of stepped back a little bit from nursing. And you know what she has the freedom to do? Whatever she wants to do now. So if she wants to help out with some of our businesses or not help out, guess what? We're going to do both.
You know what I love about the dynamic that you're both explaining? Number one, it's our dynamic to a T.
Kimmi could have been Melissa speaking the actual words out of her mouth.
100%.
Not even
literally. I need to answer the question because she had already answered it.
Yes.
Man.
One of the biggest, I think, hurdles that a kite and a string face is the kite interpreting the support, because I'm going to call it that, of a string as criticism or disbelief or unbelief. Correct. I don't know the right word. Correct. It is one of the things that we've struggled with for years, to the point where I was like, I just will not offer my opinion because I don't want to be rendered as a nag or the person who doesn't believe. Or when Kev was talking about his vengeance list, I don't want to be on that list. I'm your wife. Like, I don't want you to feel like you have to prove me wrong, when the whole time I'm like, I trust you. I believe in you, but maybe don't go that route. Maybe turn left and stand and see what happened. I just think, right? You don't see the red flag. It's there. You don't see it. Right. Exactly. And so working that dynamic out has been a struggle. But to your point, Maurice, about being a strong kite, I am able to be here with you all on today because of his I can spirit. It is one of those things where you learn. One of the podcasts that I listened to with Esther Perel, love her. She's like a world-renowned relationships. I don't even want to call her a guru because that's disrespectful. Expert, child. But she talks about one of the things that you're most attracted to your spouse about later becomes the very thing that becomes like, I can't stand this attribute in my partner. And that's what that kind of kite thing becomes. If you let it, if you're not careful, it's like, oh my God, I love that you're such a dreamer. Because as a kite, I mean, as a string, I never really like dreamed. I don't know if that's true for you, Kimmi, but I always felt like my dream was to just like climb the corporate ladder, work a 9 to 5, be very good at it, make a lot of money, but I was definitely clocking in.
This is everything Melissa said is true.
Wait, I asked Kimmi a question.
Hold on. I just want to say this is kite work right here. This is kite work. This is kite work. This is kite work. You know,
bold.
Corporate, the job you had, bless you. You would not have got this if this is. Oh no! Oh, you just want to toss.
Kimmi, would you like to answer the question? Shut up.
So here's the thing for me. I had goals. Like I said, I wanted to be in real estate long before I met Maurice. I'm just really calculated about the things that I want to do. Even once I got into real estate, I wanted to flip houses. I wanted to, you know, he would buy a house for $10, falling apart, and rebuild it. And he was like, why don't you just get a house? And I said, well, I don't want my first house to look that bad. Like, I just want like some cosmetic things.
Great.
And I just kind of plugged along and I stuck it out until I got what I felt was going to work for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I have those dreams. I'm just much slower about getting to them than he is because I'm extremely calculated in my endeavors. And, you know, to be honest, a lot of that I think comes because I was a single parent for so long that you don't know what's around the corner. You don't know when your car going to break down. You don't know when your kid's going to get sick. And I never wanted to be in a position of inability to afford whatever I needed at a moment's notice. And so I made a lot of decisions based on I got to have enough if something happens.
Right.
And that's just how I had always been. Like we talked often about me stopping work a long time ago. And I didn't feel comfortable because I felt like I had a lot of bills. I said, Jalen's in college and I was paying for that. And so I took longer than he wanted me to take. He wanted me to move more quickly and I just didn't. I said, once Jalen's out of school, that's no more tuition I have to pay. I was paying rent for the apartment that he was staying in, you know, his living expenses. And so once all of that went away, I would feel more comfortable in case I wasn't as successful as I wanted to be.
Right.
You know, I never wanted to be the one not contributing.
Right.
I don't want to be that person. I don't want to say, babe, I need some money to get a purse. Babe, I need some money to get a shoe.
Imagine this. That's not the problem at all. Why? Because if you've been an entrepreneur, and I'm sure you guys know, diligent people are hard to find. Very hard to find.
Yeah.
And if you're diligent, I don't care if you're selling shoestrings, you're going to be paid selling those shoestrings because most people, they do not supply what they advertise. So if all you do is supply what you advertise in business, people won't ask you for more than what you say you're going to give.
It's so true.
This
so all
is
you got to do
the
is
thing.
deliver. That's who you are.
This is what is so interesting in hearing you speak, Kimmi. I am like, I feel like we are related. Because
you guys even say correct the same way.
Some of the things that you are saying, it is like verbatim conversations that we've had. And I also think Maurice is speaking your language, child. I feel like it's so similar. And it's so interesting.
And we're
that
both like handsome and bald. It's
Hey,
crazy.
keep talking about us, Kev.
I just think that this is it's such a relatable moment, I think, for a lot of people who find themselves in this dynamic where they're me or they're Kimmi or they're Maurice or they're Kev. And they're like, oh my God, this is me as well. Letting you guys know, like, you're not alone. Like, these is all the hurdles that we're kind of all navigating.
Yeah. I want to say two things. And when I put that bag up, that I don't buy that. Melissa didn't start buying stuff until she started making her own money.
It's true.
Until she got her brand deals, Love Hour conference, I could have made $10 billion a year. If she didn't make $100,000, she was not going to be spending my money. She had to spend her money or felt like she brought enough value to the table.
I find value in working.
Guys, I'm going to exit stage left because I'm married Melissa.
I think that's what I'm saying. I find a lot of value in working. I find a lot of value in like bringing something to the table.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not one of those, and that's no shade or disrespect to women who, you know, if you don't find value in that, that's the way God designed you. But the way he designed me, myself personally, like I find value in working.
Well, the second thing I was going to say that's interesting is it's actually very relieving to see people like us because you know your wife doesn't want to like be seen as support, but when you are wired the way me and Maurice are wired, anybody who doesn't support you the way you want, you think you just don't get it. You don't believe. But when you see more than one person, it'd be like, it's people.
It is.
It's not just Melissa not believe. And actually,
it's not Melissa and Kimmi.
It's not Melissa and Kimmi. And honestly, the thing is, me and Maurice, we often misread support as negative. This is how I actually do believe you're capable of that, but I don't want you to kill yourself. So, like, for example, when I said let's move to LA and let's let our house go to foreclosure, and before they figure it out, we could get an apartment. And she was like, or we could just rent it out. Oh, no, that's actually a fantastic idea because we have great credit. Why would you ruin it? But I could say, I could have taken her saying, let's not let the house go to foreclosure as, oh, you don't want to move to LA. No, I actually believe in this. That's just a terrible way to go about doing that. That's going to make other stuff harder for you. Real quick, before you do that, I still have in my notes the whole plan I sent her. When I look and laugh at let the house go to foreclosure and get an apartment before it hits our credit, I was like, boy, you really wanted to move. You really. I literally told her, Maurice, I'm going to make enough money that I'll be able to buy a house in cash. Don't you worry about
it. He did.
But here's the logic. The logic is when they pull your credit in LA, the foreclosure doesn't show up yet.
Give me 90 days.
We got about 90 days to get whatever we want.
Right.
And I'll just never move. Once I get in this first apartment, I'll never move until I can buy a house in cash.
Why would I have to? I will pay early for that apartment. You know what? This is something I'd like to say too about this situation. Kev, do you ever think if I can convince her, I can convince anybody?
I do.
That's right there is my thing. If I can convince Kimmi, I can convince anybody.
If Melissa thinks it's a good idea, it's the world's greatest idea. Like if she does it, I can do it. Why you don't love it? You don't love it? It's dumb. It's either the world's greatest idea or it's dumb. No in between. So when she got to the point where she wasn't answering no more, I was like, I can't move. I can't. If you don't tell me it's good, it ain't going. Well, when we were thinking about doing the streaming service.
Listen, does the whole project have to get trashed? So this is my thing. I think he has great ideas. I just think there's more than one way to skin a cat.
Yes.
And sometimes I think that his way is just a more of an uphill battle. Like, just if you look at it this way, we can still get here. Just maybe go a different route. I don't think, in my honesty, it may have been one or two ideas ever that I thought was like, yeah, no, let's not. Most of them, I believe, are very good ideas. I just don't always agree with his methodology of getting there.
I 100% agree.
I have to think a lot longer and harder on my ideas before I present them.
Yes. You know what's also what I realized too, I was putting Melissa in a unfair position because you either blindly support my idea or you are not a supportive wife, right? Mm-hmm. There was no room for I support you, the person, but not necessarily this individual idea. And I had to give her the room to, because otherwise she's just like, I don't want to say, go talk to someone else.
You're correct. And we said that verbatim. I've literally said, I just won't have an opinion because like, I just don't want to have this back and forth. And then I'm the bad guy because my opinion is different from yours. Yes. I don't want that energy. So I'd rather not say anything. Go ask somebody who's going to agree with you And then like y'all go have some drinks and wrap it up, and then
we're living in.
this is Marvel.
Yeah.
What's it called in Marvel?
The dimension.
No, the alternate timeline.
Yes.
We are. This is alternate timeline.
Yes.
Kevin list.
Yes.
Maurice, Melissa, Kev, Kimmi.
Come on.
It's just.
Come on.
They got the baldness. I don't have a haircut right now, so that's why. Bald and beautiful.
I understand.
Oh, dang, what was I going to say? Oh, so here's what's worse, right? Here's something I realized that's worse. Because Melissa's my wife, her support means the most, but her lack of support hurts more. I could tell someone else the same idea. If they say it sucks, it doesn't sting because I don't need your support as much to win. So Melissa's like, if they say the same thing and agree, yes. If they don't agree, you listen. But if I say exactly what he or she said, you punish me. Well, yeah, because I love you. I don't care about that.
Unbelievable. This is the kind of conversation she says to me all the time. Hey, you know what? You just got to hear it from somebody. You need to hear what I said from somebody else.
Wow.
What? Am I sure we are not talking to ourselves in a mirror? I mean, it's literally uncanny at this point.
Yes, it is.
I mean, and we've had the similar thing, but y'all literally be saying the words that we say and the vocal inflections.
Yes, this is literally the exact same.
Wow.
This is surreal.
I could probably finish your sentences because
legit.
Like from the time we started till now, most everything you've said is dead on the head as far as what we say and what we go through. And I think it's helpful, to be honest, even to have this dialogue that people can hear, because sometimes, even for me, because a lot of times when we're in disagreement or differencing of opinions, I get disenchanted. I feel bad. I recluse, and I move away. And to talk to people where he can also hear a supportive wife saying, sometimes I think you should go left, but I'm still in love with you.
Yes.
I think it's helpful to me and us, and whenever other people are going to listen to this.
Absolutely.
Because there are going to be so many people that literally say the same things that we say as well. So I think it's always, but this is almost like a therapy session.
Yes, it's really, really, honestly, these are some of my favorite conversations because of literally what you just said. I think people and the dynamics that exist in relationships cross-culturally are very, very similar. The idea of the kite and the string is something that I think no matter where you are in the world, no matter what language you speak, this dynamic probably exists in your relationship at varying levels, but it's going to exist. And so hearing like, oh, okay, first of all, I never thought of it as, kite and string, but I got the analogy. And these are some of the characteristics of a string, because every couple we've had, I love to have this discussion. The string, even we've had this discussion with Tab and Chance.
Yeah.
Chance is the string. Obviously, he's a man. And he and I are very, very similar. Conversations, things that we say are very similar. Tab is the kite, verbatim, Maurice and Kevin. So it lets you know, no matter if you're man, woman, where you grew up, these dynamics are real, they exist, and it allows that relatability factor of like, okay, I'm not alone, I am not crazy, y'all can get through it, we can get through it, that means y'all can get through it too, whoever's listening.
And the kite and string analogy, go ahead, Maurice, go ahead.
I have a question about this kite and string, because one of the dynamics in this is, how high this kite is flying, right? So does that ever play a factor into how far the string needs to stretch?
Yes. I think that Kimmi and I actually are stretched strings. Because
I told you he's dragging my string.
Yes. And literally, I think the beautiful thing about the kite and the string is this. If you let go of the string, the kite can go high. As high as it can go. But without the string there to kind of, hey, you went too high, it may fly too close to the sun and burn. So you need it both ways.
Or
you know
it
what I
flies
mean?
with no direction and still falls.
Right. And that's what I was going to say. For the string, without the lift of the kite, all we're doing is staying on the ground. You know what I mean? We have nowhere to go. And that's often why I say, for me, I never thought of myself like as a dreamer in that way. I very, very much would have been okay rocking I've said this a gazillion times, a pencil skirt, some 3-4 inch heels, having a briefcase, because back then I thought that was cool, a little blazer, and clocking in, going to work and being like, but I run this though. Like, I run this though. Like, I very much would have been okay with that. Being with this kite, this dreamer, has allowed me to dream dreams I didn't even really know I had. And even as a string, I'm always going to identify with my string. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna hold us down. But I do feel that I've been enlightened to like dream beyond what I thought was possible, simply because he's allowed me to enter this world of like entrepreneurship and betting on yourself and doing these different things that like, it was never even in my I didn't even know it was possible.
Listen, we start a streaming service. We are taking down Netflix.
That's Kevin.
If you're not gonna take down Netflix, what's the point to start it to just be, oh, we're just gonna see how the Lord gonna take us. We're gonna do it good. Right. We gonna destroy Netflix, or we gonna do another business. And I have a car. We're destroying BMW. We have a podcast. We are gonna be bigger than Joe Rogan. What's the point, baby? Before we continue, we're going to take a break. Do you know the difference between an antiperspirant and a deodorant?
What's the difference?
Antiperspirants contain aluminum, which forms a plug in your sweat glands to stop you from sweating.
That sounds bad.
It is. Native deodorant does not contain aluminum or parabens or sulfates. It's vegan and never tested on animals. Monty, you're safe. Native just works to keep you smelling fresh all day long. That's how I like to smell. Smell me, Liz.
Pretty much like Native.
That's the Native deodorant right there. It's made with ingredients you've heard of, like coconut oil and shea butter, things that black people like. You wear deodorant every day. Shouldn't you be able to understand the ingredient list? Making the switch to aluminum-free deodorant does not mean you have to sacrifice on performance. Native will keep you smelling and feeling fresh all day long. With over 10 scents, including their classics and rotating seasonals, you're guaranteed to find one you love. Their classic scents include coconut and vanilla, which is the most popular, lavender and rose, cucumber and mint, and eucalyptus and mint. Besides their classic deodorant, Native offers an unscented option and baking soda-free formula for those with sensitivities. Actually, I got sensitivities, believe it or not. Sometimes deodorant be burning my armpits. Sometimes my armpits are just sensitive little babies. Okay?
You actually do have sensitive skin.
I do, and I have a sensitive heart. Try to cut down on your plastic use. Native even has deodorant made of 100% paperboard packaging. Don't just take my word for it. Check out the over 15,000 5-star reviews from happy customers who switched to Native. I love Native. Like I said, I tend to stick with the most popular, coconut and vanilla. Melissa loves a good smelling man, and I give her that. I put Native on, and she'd be like, ooh, why don't you come over here and kiss me in the mouth and then do other stuff? And I'd be like, oh, okay. And, I also be working out tough. You guys see my Instagram video from this weekend. I was doing clapping push-ups. You didn't believe I could do that. I keep telling you I'm a finely tuned athletic machine, but I don't want to be musty, right? And Native be like, all right, Kev, you're doing a lot, but I'm going to make sure you don't be musty. And I pack it in my suitcase. Matter of fact, I need to take a new thing because my bar is low. So I'm very happy with it. And you should be happy too. Here's what I want you guys to do, because you're going to love Native as much as I do. Right now, you can save 20% off on your first purchase by going to nativedeo.com/lovehour.
Love Hour.
Or use the promo code LOVEHOUR.
Love Hour.
At checkout. That's nativedeo.com/lovehour. Or use the promo code LOVEHOUR at checkout to save 20% off your first purchase. And now back to this show.
Maurice, did you want to add something to that?
Yeah, I think that a lot of the conversation that we're having is try to understand the dynamics between the two. Like, one of the hardest things for me to overcome early on was, hey, sweetheart, I'm actually successful. Mm-hmm. So why don't we look at, some of the stuff that we've done in the past and say, you know what, I've done something to get up here in this air and be this kite.
Yeah.
So why are you pulling me back down? Why does it feel like I'm being pulled back down? Yes. And over time, because this is the thing, Kimmy's a very logical person. So in her arguments, sometimes, I have to defend myself, but then I leave and I'm like, man, that was actually a really good argument. I probably need to do a little more research on that one and see, is that an area of weakness or not? And then I'll come back a couple of days later or months later, right, and revisit that conversation and then see if I can convince her that way.
Mm-hmm.
That's low.
To that end, because he said that before, he's been successful and I should trust that. But we both were successful.
Right.
I was successful in my calculated vein, and he was successful in his entrepreneur vein. And so that same conversation is, well, I've been successful too. So
yeah,
how about you listen to me?
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of that is the tug of war, the little pull that you get. And then you find the middle. Like
Yes.
you have to find the middle in
Yes.
order to soar together.
Absolutely.
If that kite's ever going to take off and y'all are going to take off together, you got to get it figured out how it's going to work.
100%.
And so finding the middle is the happy space.
Yes.
Literally. Once you find the middle, it's the happy space. From time I met Maurice and he was trying to have his second business here, I've always said, oh, I want us to work together. I want us to work together. I want us to work together. Until I started working with him. I was like, oh, what are you doing? Literally.
That was the one time you was a kite. You had a dream of working together, and you were like, "You never string. I'm gonna go back to string."
I'm good on the
I'm good on the street. Ask him. We would ride around looking at different properties, looking at office space. I'm writing job descriptions for him, and I'm like, "This is what you need to do, and you need to do this and this." And once we had the opportunity to actually work together, and I saw how different we were, I was like, oh, word, no. I was like, this is an awful
In order for our
idea.
marriage to work, our jobs got to be different.
I get it.
In
I
order
was
for
like, this is never going to work. Let me go to my job. Let you go to your job.
you didn't even
And I'll
realize
meet you
that
at
how that
home.
helped y'all when you did that. You didn't realize, oh, you know what? No, we needed to go different. You go down the freeway to the south. My job is at the north. Let's go have some
That's
different experience.
that's
Let's meet
our
back for dinner.
relationship.
Yeah. I need to have something to talk about with you at the end of the day.
Definitely.
You know what helped me the most about the kite and string analogy is it was the first time for me, we're on the same team. A lot of times I put Melissa on a different team than me if she didn't basically co-sign whatever I said. And my ideas were not foolproof, you know? So that analogy helped me to realize we're on the same team. I might be on offense, she might be on defense, but you know, the offense, if the defense allows touchdown, it don't matter how much you score. You both things got to go,
100%.
got to do well.
Very
and I think that is a working process. We were talking about this last week on the podcast. Most people don't work together. Most marriages, most people go to work. It's at separate jobs. So there's not a lot of people that we can talk to that be like, boy, this and that. You know what I mean? So you don't see that represented. My dad was in the Army. My mom had her own entrepreneur businesses. So I just always, but I didn't actually, my parents' thing, my mom is the kite.
Oh, yeah, she is.
And my dad's stability is what allow you to start the business. So somebody got to buy you want a dream business of making a print thing. Well, we got to buy our first printer. And luckily the Army going to give me the money to do that. But if you don't see that, you start to devalue their part of the thing and not realize, and I've been guilty of this, not realize how much, even as simple as when I was learning how to be a good a stand-up comedian, Melissa worked, and her work allowed, basically she kept food on the table. I was the housekeeper chef. And during that time, it allowed me to be a better comedian. Then years later, that turned where the comedy part was the income. And now you can take off your job. And part of what I know Maurice feels like, I don't work this hard so you can still be stressed. You choosing stress at this point. But when I met Melissa, what I liked about her was her independence and go get and all that stuff. And then when you make it, you like, now don't do that. Like, no, this is who I've been since I met you. Why would I stop?
Right.
Even if Melissa
And
didn't do
that's so funny. We would say that. I would be like, I'm confused how me wanting to work or make money is a problem. Like, you would think that's a perk in a relationship. That, you don't have to pay my bills. You don't have to buy my shoes. You don't have to get my purse. Like, how does that, and that's something that in all honesty, I think is a wonderful men topic, that they help us understand where that becomes the bigger problem.
Yes.
Because for a long time, it was hard for me to understand how me wanting to work and make money and buy my own stuff, like I got it for myself, was a problem.
Right. It's so true.
Necessarily a problem. It's not necessarily a problem. The thing is, we think that you deserve the freedom to do whatever you want to do because you're a queen. And we're actually saying, hey, here's your throne. We'll take care of all of the hard stuff. We'll protect the gates. Hey, this is where you're at. We'll protect all of that. And listen, think about this.
Maurice, I'm
gonna time you out right here.
Dang, Maurice, you are literally
don't break me.
Yo, I'm timing you out because you are literally Kevin.
I mean, you literally use the word queen.
You literally use the analogy, but let me tell you, okay? Because let me tell you.
Dang, Maurice, we should play spades.
There's so many other women who don't do that. Don't work, one person, one trip, one concert, one vacation, one everything.
We were literally in therapy. Okay, and I mean this literally in therapy, and this was the revelation we had about the queen. And Kevin, literally, Maurice, I mean, we are literally living in like parallel universes.
Not even alternate. This is just
parallel universe. Literally. So Kevin says, you're the queen of my castle, and I just want to put you up here, and yada yada yada. And I was like, but I want to be on the battlefield with you, because to me, that is a marriage and a partnership. I don't want to be the queen up there. I actually want to be on the ground with you getting dirty. I actually want to feel like one for all and all for one. I actually want to feel like I got your back and you got mine. And not because I'm up in the castle, but because I'm on this battlefield getting my fingernails dirty, even though I just got them filled yesterday.
But you could get dad out here on the battlefield.
And guess what? I'm dying with you. Literally, I want to be. The thing about it is, you didn't marry me in a castle. You never married the queen in the castle. You actually married the woman that was out on the battlefield, and you should have been shooting somebody, but instead you was looking my way.
But you was out there fighting alone, and I was like, why are you so pretty? You shouldn't even be out here. Who let this pretty woman out here on this battlefield?
Why are you out here in the streets? What are you doing? We out here because we got to be out here.
Right. Captain, get this woman back into the castle, please. So this is the thing. Even with that, like saying that I want Kimmi to be, a queen or whatever. You don't want your queen stressed out by another king.
Yes.
Kimmi used to go to work, and she'd bring all of those work problems home, talking about all of these different problems that she had to solve. And I'm like, well, the problem solver's right here. What you looking out there for, baby? I got you, right? And to me, I think that's the protective side. Like literally, we talked about this for almost one whole season about, sweetheart, you don't have to do that, and your lifestyle's not going to change. That's the other thing. Like,
it's a hard reality.
As a single parent, right? She was a single parent for so long. She provided for so long. She's been working since she was 16. I was like, sweetheart, you don't actually have to live like this. Imagine nothing changes and you are able to do what you want to do every single day. What you want to do.
You know what you want to do, Maurice?
Desires of your heart.
Go to work. Sure, what?
Right.
I want to
go to work.
I want to go to work. Melissa is the same. Melissa, I told her one day, I said, I feel like you need to feel busy. You won't give up enough stuff. If you don't feel busy, you don't feel like you ain't living. Why are you making it hard on yourself? There's so many different ways you can do it. She's like, nah, the hard way. I like it. I like staying up till 3 a.m. Well, I just
find value in work. I really do. I find value in working. I find value in contributing. I find value in that. And I think that is, it is a good topic to discuss, that transition, finding finding your woman on the battlefield, marrying the woman that you found on the battlefield, and then trying to put her in the castle.
I saw somebody on Patreon said that get a ride or die and then drop them off at home.
Yes.
Right. Like, I thought we was riding and dying.
Right.
No.
And so that I don't know what am I doing here? Tug of war, push pull, sure. That I think it
balancing act.
Thank you. Finds itself in so many of those relationships. So trying to find like, hey, I value this, and then trying to balance like, well, listen, as your man, I'm out here working hard doing these things to give you the life that I promised you that I would give you. Now we're here, and child, you still trying to stress yourself out? And we be like, yes.
Well, you know what it is? It's in so many ways, it reminds me of when I learned about love languages, and I realized it doesn't matter what I think about this, right? When I try to do this, it makes Melissa feel devalued. So it doesn't matter if part of my mind wanted her to be in the castle. If that causes strife, I have to reimagine what our relationship is based on what she's actually saying, not what I think it should be. It's like when I learned about love languages, I thought, oh, let me give you a gift. This should make you happy. This is what men do. And she's appreciative of the gift, but it's not her love language.
Over to the right side.
Yeah.
Keep coming, Kev.
No. I take back everything I said.
Maurice hasn't got there yet.
If this made me feel like I'm on your side, I'm sorry, Maurice.
This is the first time y'all different, because he's not there yet.
I stand with Baba Voss. I stand with Maurice. I'm sorry, Maurice. I didn't mean that. I don't know what I said. Greg, take that part out.
No,
take that part out.
This is the first time y'all did. He's not got that far yet. I'm still working on
Maurice, this is three. Maurice, let me tell you something. Maurice, literally 3 weeks ago.
Yes.
Had we been able to do our LA thing, I wouldn't even be here. This is literally a breakthrough in therapy, and I kid you not, it probably was 3 weeks ago, right?
It's about
3 or 4 weeks ago. I don't think we might have just got Monty. So I literally had to come to that realization in therapy a couple of weeks ago. And it was like a chiropractor. You know, you see them videos and they're like, oh, it relieved the pressure point, because I realized what I was actually adding more pressure to my marriage, because I wasn't seeing this the way Melissa was really. It wasn't working. It wasn't working the way I thought it was. I was actually adding pressure to it. And once I stopped and said, girl, all right, get out here and get killed. She's like, yes, let's do it. If this is what you want, I'm not going to stop you no more, because I want us to just get out here and get stabbed. You can't even pick the sword up good. She's like, oh, let me get some arrows. I'm a little bit lighter.
But I'm picking up something.
But you know what? It has helped us in marriage, and it has relieved some burden from me. Even if it's just, I can now talk to you, but we're able to talk about this, and you see what was stressing me out money-wise and things like that. It relieves some pressure in our marriage for us to feel like we are carrying this together, as opposed to me carrying it and her benefiting from it. I'd rather carry. For her, it's better if we just carry it together.
Yeah. Y'all might have missed y'all's calling. Like, real talk, hear me out, because legit, this is like very therapeutic. Like, and I'm being dead damn serious at this point. The way that you're even putting your concepts together, the words, the methodology of it, it's beneficial. Now, I don't know how much he's hearing once we hang up this phone, but I feel like there's some people, and you never know who you're going to touch and when you're going to touch them. But this is great. And y'all might think about some kind of counseling when you finish counseling. But I'm saying, I believe literally in the words that you're saying, because sometimes when men see other men get that light bulb, I think it's helpful. I think it's helpful. It is, because you're speaking where we are. And this is not a negative, but he's not gotten there yet. He still gets me the purse and the Louis Vuittons, and he still gets me the stuff. And I'm like, I want to work with you. I want us to do something together. He'll call me on the phone, babe, I got this great idea. And I told him, I said, for maybe 2 years of our relationship.
Are you kidding me?
Every time the phone rang and he had a great idea, I told him immediately my heart would drop, because I'm waiting for him to say a great idea for him and I.
Yeah.
I want it to be an idea for him and I. I'm waiting for the teamwork. I'm waiting for the group I'm waiting for us, you know? And every time it was like, oh, this is what I want to do. And I'm waiting because I want it to be us. And so many people will benefit from hearing that because that's how I feel.
No, we're not.
And that's how I tell him. When you have that conversation, then she feels devalued. I say that to him. Like, you don't value my input, my participation. Yes, I do. No, you don't.
Yes.
Yeah, this is what I want to say. I appreciate you, brother, for, spilling this. And what she's about to get, instead of a purse, instead of a Birkin bag, and paid off cars and stuff like that, she's about to get this stress.
Yes! Maurice, I kid you not. That is literally my light bulb. You don't want a bag. You want some of my stress. Come on and get in here with me.
Have it.
Come on and get in here with me. And I guarantee you, Maurice, and again, I promise you, I am 3 or 4 weeks into this. Had we talked initially, I would not have nothing to offer you. But literally, believe it or not, she want to get in here and get the stress. And the stress makes her, because what it was is, the stress means we're in it together. Mm-hmm. The gift means you figured it out already and you're sharing with me in the rewards. That's great. But the journey is what I want. I want to do the whole life with you, not just the vacation.
What Miley Cyrus said?
That's my worship song. There's always going to be an uphill battle. It's the climb. It's the climb. Right. Listen, she doesn't want just the vacation. She wants the work with you so she feels the need of vacation as well. Right? I want to feel, when we go on vacation at the end of this year, we both going to be like, whew,
Lord have mercy.
Lord, we needed this. And I realized that that's how it needed to be for her. So she feels like we're in this together. Right? Because if you're not in this together, you're then now sharing the stress with other people, right? Whoever it is, my producer, Josh, whatever, they're getting the parts of you that are hurting or weak or unsure. And listen, this is vulnerability. This is what I learned. They're getting to see all those other parts of you, and we end up just presenting the victories to them. And they want to see the practice, the interceptions, the film sessions. I want to hold the trophy up, but I want to know how much it means, because we started out 0-3 and then we had to figure it out. So
very good.
And listen, Maurice, I promise you, brother, I'm only doing this because I want you to, I know y'all be beefing, because if y'all saying all the same stuff, I know the tension be thick, because the tension be thick in our home.
What?
You talk about what? I know y'all be beefing because we be beefing.
Oh, you ain't speaking to me? Thank you.
Fine.
Right. Matter of fact, good. I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to spend all day watching The Office, and I'm going to laugh loud. And I'm also going to eat unhealthy. And you know I shouldn't be. Ice cream. Mango.
Upstairs is our haven too.
Oh, yeah. Door closed. I'm glad we're not speaking. I'm going to go to The Office and watch The Office. But, I promise you, this is actually therapeutic for us as well. Hey, oh yeah, listen, I can't be gone long.
Can't be gone
I
long.
can't be gone now. On that Tuesday, we gonna hey, let's go out to dinner.
Let's figure it out.
Let's figure it out. Baby, I was tripping. But if you on your period this week, fantastic. I ain't getting nothing anyway. We might as well not even talk.
I hate you. Maurice and Kimmi. Thank you guys.
Y'all were great.
So much. This was a heck of a lot of fun. I feel like all we did was just chit chat.
I mean, I want to go to dinner with y'all when we go to Huntsville. I'd be doing good shows in Huntsville. I want to go to. I feel like we'd have a great time down in Huntsville.
Yeah, we got a comedy show. We got a comedy.
Yeah, they do.
Stand Up Live.
Yeah, that's why I went.
Yeah, I remember.
That was when we cried.
Yeah.
We ended our first tour
tour there.
Stand Up Live.
My auntie actually lives out there.
Yeah.
You got
so y'all gotta come back.
Yeah,
I got good fans in Huntsville. I do well in Huntsville. That club just be booked.
Nothing else to do, bro. That Stand Up Live was one of the best things that ever happened.
Yeah.
All the comedians do well in Huntsville. That's why it's hard to get gigs there, because everybody wants to go to Huntsville, because people come out and they buy their tickets and they support. So I only didn't get to go there because there was no dates available, because everybody else was like, nah, put me out. I don't care about COVID. Get me to Huntsville.
Stand Up Live has done well since they've been here.
Yep.
Love it.
Very well. We like to eat and we like to laugh.
Yep.
The child, that's all we was missing was the
bread
food.
and butter.
For people that are interested in following you guys on social media, can you give us your handles? If you guys have Instagram, and then your the show. I forgot. Okay. Listen, we was just talking so much.
Man, we was just chopping it up.
Right. So clearly, Love Marriage Huntsville comes on every Saturday night, 9, 8 Central on OWN. We do actually, please tune in. We still have about 6 more episodes this season before the reunion. So you got plenty of time, catch up, watch that. On Facebook, I'm Kimmi Scott, Kimmi, no E. And on Instagram and Twitter both, I am Kimmi, KIMMI_KLS.
On Facebook, I'm Maurice J. Scott. On Instagram and Twitter, I'm at Miami Reese.
Love it.
Okay,
and if
Miami
you want to buy a
Reese.
house, go to thekimzone.com.
Boom.
Because I got real estate stuff on there. I got a little cookbook.
Do y'all sell only in Huntsville? Or y'all sell other places as well?
Sell what?
Y'all sell real estate? Is it in the Huntsville area or other places as
Oh,
well?
yeah, I'm only licensed here in the Madison County.
Okay, cool.
So
Thank you,
Huntsville,
guys.
Early, Owens Crossroads, Tony, all of that.
And if you need your credit fixed, go to creditonesUSA.com.
I love it. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys so much. You guys were amazing. We appreciate
This was
you.
a heck of a lot of fun. I love the conversations that just feel like a conversation. Hopefully it makes it fun for you guys. It definitely makes it fun for us. It doesn't feel like interview. You know, you do a lot of podcasts, a lot of PR stuff. You just sit down, chit chat and talking, child. That's the good stuff.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so
Thank you.
very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Taco Tuesday.